Paul says that the Israelites are the ones to whom belong, present tense, the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the temple service, and the promises per Romans 9:4. Notice what defines Israel here: covenantal possessions and jurisdiction, not a biological definition. Paul does not say those biologically descended from Jacob possess these things by blood, but rather identifies Israel by who stands inside the covenantal framework where adoption, law, worship, and promises operate. That distinction matters because elsewhere in the law and Second Temple Judaism, proselytes and God-fearers who entered Israel's covenantal order were legally counted within these same categories. They were under the law, bound to the cult, subject to covenant blessings and curses, and therefore participants in the same redemptive problem Paul is addressing. Romans 9:3-4 quietly assumes this legal covenantal definition of Israel rather than redefining it biologically. This becomes even clearer when Romans 9 is read forward. Paul immediately distinguishes between Israel according to the flesh and the children of the promise per Romans 9:6-8, showing that covenant identity has never been reducible to genealogy alone. That logic only works if Israel's identity has always been election plus covenantal reckoning, not immutable bloodline. Under the covenantal inclusion model of I.O., Romans 9:3-4 functions as a boundary marker. Only those within Israel's covenant world needed salvation and redemption, whether native-born Israelites or covenantally joined participants. That preserves I.O.'s exclusivity while explaining why Paul can address mixed communities as covenant heirs without collapsing into universalism or bloodline absolutism. So, what's missing from Romans 9:3-4? Nothing that wasn't meant to be there to begin with. In other words, immutable biological descent is missing. If biological absolutism were the controlling definition of Israelite identity, Romans 9:3-4 is precisely where Paul would have stated it. Instead, every identifier Paul names is covenantal, juridical, and cultic, all of which are categories that the Torah itself extended to covenantally joined participants as well as native-born Israelites.